Marcus was kind of just talking to me as if we were live, saying he has a point to make on this show. So I had
Wait,
to start the show.
first of all, no one know who the fuck you are with this voice. So how dare you talk like these people know who you are? Okay, Ludwig or whoever the hell you think you are today with this voice, Mr. Testosterone, Manny
You know what this,
Testator.
what this voice is? Zippity doo dah, zippity yay. My oh my, what a wonderful day! I could do narration with this voice right now.
You can. This is the perfect time, man. You better profit off of this. Right now, when you were singing, I felt like you were singing old black spirituals. We could have put you in an episode of Roots, just singing in the background.
Oh.
It's
Welcome
ridiculous.
everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am the very sick Lord Manny Hayes, and he is
Marcus, the obviously black and obviously more healthier than this guy. It's the grand finale. And the man of $1,000. And Manny, right now, I believe this channel, for the first time in a long time, has got the ladies' panties wet because you are speaking like Barry White today.
the worst part is, people, if I had a health bar up right on the screen right now, it'd be flashing red because I'm about to die.
I would also argue that the audience of whatever we have are also saying, isn't one of us about to die every episode? Like, we're always on the brink of death. That's what keeps the show dramatic.
This is why you keep coming back for more. Which one
Yeah,
will
like,
die this week?
Who's going to die on the show? We always have these teasing commercials going in.
We might not be back next week.
Yeah, this next episode will be the one they're talking about tomorrow. Hold on. But, on serious note, I shouldn't be joking about people dying and all that. There's serious issues going on in LA. The city is burning and people
Well,
are losing their houses.
that's the first thing.
Yeah.
I was just like, LA booed this man. Just booed this man, and then natural disasters start happening.
Shows his mega powers. But fuck him. But yeah,
I had nothing. I did not click on anything first thing yesterday morning till my colleague at work. She told me, "Oh, is Eric and Marcus all right?" I was like, "What the fuck would it? Why wouldn't they be all right?" Then, then I clicked on the news. I was like, "Oh damn, LA is on fire right now."
LA is on fire and it is horrible and people are losing all their prized possessions. Eric's, judge lost his home. I have a friend that lost his. I have actually multiple friends that have lost their stuff. It is absolutely a tragedy. And if you see the images and videos of it, it is an absolute hellscape. You can see the clouds and the toxic air. It's rough. It is a rough situation out there. And I hope most people get out there safe and protect their families. And hopefully the insurance covers some of the damage. But, even money can't return some of the most prized possessions people are losing in this fire and stuff.
Speaking of someone that might be losing a lot, could be the Hulkster. I mean, he's reacting quite badly to being booed.
Yeah, Manny, I believe Hulk Hogan doesn't get the speed Real American. He gets the slow Real American version of the song. I am the real American. This is like the slow version with one piano or some shit. It's over, Hulkster. We won. You lose. Good day, sir. As Ryan would say to any disgraced older white man, as Ryan always bring up, it's time for them to check out. Which is the worst. You gotta somehow get that praise back. It's a horrible statement, but there's no escaping it.
Wes said they were booing Jimmy Hart. I hate him too. What's he done to you?
Hold on. Jimmy Hart deserves the boost too. He's been friends with Hogan too long to be like, to not know what type of person Hogan is. This would be Manny me going out there being disgraced and then you going out there with me, waving the sharpshooter flag, talking about what has Marcus done. Clearly, we've known each other for a long time. You would have known what I have done over the years. Can't pretend to be shocked and play victim in this. No type of man in. Yeah, you know Hogan was like, "Oh man, brother, you know them N-words are coming in here. You know that ain't never happened to you." Yeah, you know he said that to Jimmy once or twice, and Jimmy was like, "Hey, Hawkster, I don't think you should say that." He probably didn't say that once. Just as guilty, Jimmy.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan seems to think this is just a political thing. It's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's
you
not.
know why?
Because Triple H has been seen at multiple Trump rallies. Undertaker had Trump on his podcast.
Yep.
Undertaker's a known Trump supporter. Like, it's got nothing to do with him supporting Trump.
Yeah. Here's the ultimate thing. Do we boo Dana White?
No, don't boo anyone. Like personally, the way you take your politics, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck because at some point, whatever that person said to you is right for you. End of the day, that's what it is. So you believe whatever you want to believe. So Hulk Hogan going out there and saying it's because of his support for Trump is wild.
Yeah, and let me tell you this, brother. How is this about politics when the last time you were on TV, you were fucking booed?
Yeah, and Titus O'Neil was standing next to you.
Yeah.
Titus O'Neil was standing next to you dressed as a pirate.
Yeah, how's that go for you, brother? This ain't a phase.
In Tampa. You were booed in Tampa, where you come from.
Yeah, the quote LA Knight, this is a fact of life. Hogan gets booed now. I don't understand why people are shocked by, oh, he got booed in LA? Well, one, LA would be the place to boo the fuck out of him. As, you know, their political stand. If it is political, LA would be the one.
Also, don't buy that beer.
This is not.
Also, don't buy that beer. If I catch any of you drinking that beer, I will shun you.
Yeah. Well, why would you buy some piss? Why'd you buy piss? You can taste the racism on your tongue.
I don't even know why they went with that. Stone Cold still got beer, right?
Stone Cold has a tremendous beer.
I don't know why they didn't go with him.
What is going on with Stone Cold? That's the mystery story of everything. What's going on with Stone Cold?
I don't know.
Why is nothing ever like... You would think he would have been on this episode for Raw. You would have think that he would have showed up at WrestleMania for the Stun the Rock. But there is something going on between whatever WWE management and Stone Cold's beliefs.
Yeah, I think so. Should we get into the show? I've got no other news.
Let's get into it. Do you want to treat NXT like news?
We can cover every NXT just before we end the show.
Okay.
Because we did do the watch along. AEW, yeah, AEW. I feel like more happened on NXT than Dynamite. To be fair,
Dynamite felt like a reset from last week. I feel like we were in a different era. Like I feel like last week didn't happen. That's right away. Dynamite was like there are consequences for last week.
Will Ospreay takes on Buddy Matthews. It was a good opening match. Will, after going through his full arsenal of moves, wins with the hidden blade. Then he tells Buddy him and Brody don't need to be following no leader. They can do it by themselves. Says if he sees gold in their futures, tag and singles. And if he needs someone in his corner, hey, Buddy, I'm your guy.
Oh, he loved him Australians. But up to the last Australian, Will. He betrays you and shaves his head. And he fucked up and called him Buddy Murphy instead of Matthews, which everybody does anyway. So, if there was somebody that needed a name change, it'd probably be Buddy. Second, Buddy can't survive by himself without no Alistair, Malachi, Brody, King, Julia Hart Black.
Marcus, we once again got the news story that Malachi Black is done with AEW. How many times did you hear that in 2024? It was like every 2 months.
I've heard the Malachi Black is done with AEW story. Oh, God. Oh, sorry, I got an Amber Alert. Oh, God. Sorry. Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yes, I can.
Jesus, the Amber Alert was devastating. What was I saying? Malachi.
Yeah, Malachi
Black.
Black.
What were we talking about? Oh, he's
We've heard the
done.
new
He
story.
says
Mordecai Black is done.
yeah. To me, that's morale is down. Vince done tore up the script before Raw. And The Rock being in charge or something. This is ridiculous. The Emperor alert. It'll be the grand finale. I think that if he's done, he's done. I don't think that he's any beneficial to AEW, and I don't think it's a benefit to WWE. The only reason I would like to see him return, the only reason I want to see him return to WWE is to kick Big E in the face one more time.
There's that, or Marcus.
He joins a New Day.
The only thing that's missing from NXT at the moment is someone really on that kind of main event kind of scene in NXT to challenge for titles, because I don't think outside of Trick and Over, there isn't really anyone else. Like, well, Ethan Page, but like the rest kind of like there's a line where it's just like you ain't ready for that up there.
Yeah, I will keep them young and not put old ass Malachi Black or Aleister Black there. Just saying.
Yeah.
But with that being said, Buddy can't survive by himself anyway. Julia will be okay, and Brody will be okay because he's huge.
Then
let me get pissed again. Your boy Will. You leave him alone. Needs a backbone. No, he needs a backbone or something. He needs to tell Tony, if I hit somebody with the hidden blade, they go down. They stay down. Okay, I'm done with this shit. Buddy Matthews can take the hidden blade and then kick out, and then I have to do a Styles Clash where he kicks out, and then another hidden blade where he finally stays down. It's Buddy fucking Matthews. Stay the fuck down.
It's true. There is certain people that you go, yeah, you can kick out, but it's fucking Dynamite. You save that for your pay-per-view.
Yeah. This is a regular ass Dynamite and a match no one's gonna remember or care about. The main takeaway I'm gonna remember for this was, damn, he really wasted them hidden blades.
Yeah. Then we get the private party that's come out. They do the whole in a tiny space, behind the velvet rope kind of bullshit. They bragging about stuff that nobody paid attention to or care about.
No, you're right.
They're interrupted by the Hurt Syndicate. They toast, and the Hurt Syndicate say that they're taking their gold, and the looks on their face like, oh, how dare you? I'm like, you're meant to defend your titles, like, you fools. And second of all, these are what real men look like, Shelton and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. It looked like I'm gonna dub the Private Party the worst AEW tag team champions in history, and I don't care if I'm wrong or not. I thought it was a terrible interaction, and the Hurt Business, I only associate them with not hurting other people or hurt people, as they say. We hurt people, as the song is catchy. It says they only hurt black people. It seems like. Yeah. They out there hurting the Private Party, the Swerve Strickland, and now, Ricochet and everything else.
Wes asked who is the best black team these days. Well, it ain't the Private Party.
Clash and Jakara.
That's correct. The meta
Bianca and Jade.
You can't factor Jade in there. She gone. Last time we saw Jade, she was like this.
Dead on the car. So it's whatever. Street Profits probably still hold that title of being the best black tag team, but Triple H is in charge, so he doesn't love them.
Bobby Lashley takes on Mark Briscoe. Bobby Lashley wins. They continue to beat down Mark after the bell, prompting the Private Party to run down with chairs and to stare down in the ring.
Yep.
You could not be more wrong with that statement. The fact that you're calling him the other guy.
Dion Lennox, I'm assuming he's talking about, right?
Yeah, Dion Lennox, but these two have not been on TV for 2 weeks.
Not on the same page. I think he's confusing them with Malik and Idris Enofe.
Nah, they ain't even been TV on months.
Yeah.
They may be getting released soon. I think. I don't think they've seen enough improvement in both of those two.
Yeah. It sounds really sad when you say it with that voice, Manny. I have not seen any improvement amongst those people. I got
Well, it sounds like
emotional.
a. It's,
That was like the end of a documentary when you get that text, that final line, and you go, "Oh, that's what happened." Fuck.
well, this is the voice of a real man. It just doesn't match up. This doesn't match up with the person that's speaking.
You sound very, I would say you sound very regal. Not William Regal, not, that was no pun intended, but very regal. Like, well, member of the Royals or stuffy. You sound stuffy, like one of the butlers in like an old 80s movie.
We get the casino gauntlet match. With all the nonsense, just get through all the nonsense. Powerhouse hits a spinebuster on Kyle O'Reilly for the win. Jeff Jarrett came out, but he was taken away by Wheeler Yuta of all people.
So, Manny, I'm going to ask you this. In this Battle Royal, we had such names as Adam Cole, baby, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Jay White, Ricochet. Who am I missing? I think it's another big one I'm missing.
Adam Page.
Adam Page, yeah. And the Song of Swerve Strickland for no reason. But we have all these people named. And you telling me John Moxley's mission in this match was, well, you're only in this to attack Jeff Jarrett. I cannot have him get to the title. It would be end me.
Final Outlaw, man.
He lost Outlaw. I found that to be ridiculous. Other than that, I find the match to be ridiculous as a whole and with the rules, but it wasn't bad. I'm just not.
He tells Renee, who is Mox's wife, people need to remember,
Yep.
that Mox brought him into AEW, but next week he's going to shock the world and he's going to make him his bitch.
Oh. Renee was like, okay. My question with Renee will be, hey, are you okay with this Marina Shafir situation that's going on? Because clearly something's going on. She's going to protect her. She's risking her life for this man.
Yeah, not Roddy.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. I forget Roddy's her husband. Oh, cucks. Everybody's a cuck in this company.
Jeff Jarrett is interviewed by Riccaboni, who I hate.
Before we go further with this, you need to establish something, Manny. The announced team is currently Excalibur, Matt Menard, who needs to get the fuck out of there.
He talks too much.
It's not even just talking too much. He's terrible at it. I will do his whole spiel. What are we going to do? He's going to get my elbow. This thing's really picking up. Oh my God. And stupid voice. It's just so annoying. I hate that I disappointed them.
Do you know what the worst part about him is? He speaks in spaces where people don't need to speak. Like, he fills in that awkward silent space, which you don't really need to say anything. But he decides that it's my opportunity, it's my time.
Yeah. Here we go. He's going up top now. It's fucking terrible. I hate it. And then we need to talk about that Riccaboni is out there. If I even said his name, I'm just gonna call him Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty's out there. Is out there. Because Tony Schiavone is on assignment. Manny, is he suspended? I'm gonna say yes.
I don't think he's suspended. It'd be funny if he was, though.
I think he's suspended for that deleted tweet. He was telling talking shit about the one that got suspended for New Japan.
Oh, really?
And I believe Tony is punishing Tony. Tony Khan is punishing Tony Schiavone because the previous time he opened his mouth about another announcer. There's a lawsuit now about Kevin Kelly still out there. So I'm assuming this is all going on. This is no big conspiracy. I'm just going to say it as fact. Come at me, sue me so we can get publicity, please.
Jeff Jarrett asks himself if he still got what it takes to climb the mountain. then this one man screams out, much like last week. You still got it.
Oh God, who are
Not
these
not
people?
multiple people. Not multiple people trying. Just one guy.
It's always one. What's smart ass out there?
Then he is interrupted by MJF. He says the world title scene seems a lot of work as dictator John got his world title belt. Powerhouse Hobbs is #1 contender due to Jeff's failure tonight because he got beat up by Wheeler Yuta. MJF reveals his last contract is only for 1 year, and the reason is it's embarrassing is because he doesn't want to retire yet, but that's all pro wrestling thinks he's got left to give.
I would, for the record, MJF, this was mean, but it's not offensive. Like there's a lot of athletes that get that 1 year deal.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. There's a lot of people. The late Ricky Henderson had a Dodger 1 year deal. I think he turned it to 2 somehow. They always turn it around, some people, or you retire. I wouldn't be upset. Oh, you only have 1 year deal. Ooh. I'm Jeff Jarrett. It's 2025. I'm lucky to be alive. I look like Jerry Lynn's grandfather.
As I told Marcus before we went live, Jeff Jarrett's The Last Outlaw shirt says 1986 on there. And obviously I was born in 1986, so I Googled Jeff Jarrett's debut. On the Wikipedia, it said that his debut was in April 1986, which means Jeff Jarrett's wrestling career is 3 months older than I am.
Jeez, Manny, are you gonna retire your booties in the ring?
When it comes time, I'll hang up the mic.
Yeah. But you know what, Manny? I heard you just signed a 1 year contract extension.
You know why they only gave me 1 year? You know why they only gave me 1? Because of this voice. This voice right now. they don't think I can maintain it.
They called Jamal in a very passionate way. Pack him the fuck out of here. It makes it. They've given him too much time in 2025. And yes, it's storytelling, but this TV time and his story time, Maxwell Jacob Freeman can do so much more than be in a feud with Jeff Jarrett. If that's where we're at right now.
The worst part about this is they're giving Jeff Jarrett the type of retirement like they gave Sting and almost like Bryan Danielson. You can't keep doing this every year.
Yeah, but Manny, there's levels to that, right?
Retirement tours are supposed to be special.
Yeah.
There's no way I care about Jeff Jarrett nearly as much as I care about John Cena's retirement tour.
No. I don't care about Jeff Jarrett as much as I care about Tanahashi's retirement. It's ridiculous.
You know that clip where he cried when Gabe Kidd was lost to Kenny Omega?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about watching Dynamite every time. Like, I gotta watch this.
As we run down the show, I'll give you my final thoughts on Dynamite. Go ahead, Manny. Let's continue to run through the show and talk about the other 50-year-olds.
No, so MJF continued. I don't know why this got so much time. He got 1 more year to prove he still got it. MJF says he can help him be champion of the world 1 more time. Without his help, he probably wouldn't win a match. In exchange for one favor, and that's he is first in line for the world title shot. Double J tells MJF, you learn a lot from your failures, and just because you were on top before doesn't mean you'll get there again. And then calls him a one-hit wonder. Jeff tells him he doesn't need him, and he ain't buying what he's selling, and calls him an entitled prick, and then walks out the ring.
Oh, I can't wait for this Jeff Jarrett, the MJF alliance that's happening. For the record, or not, you can take this off the record if you want. Please, you know what? Fuck it, take it off the record, ready? Take it off the record. Entirely what I'm about to say.
All right, let me get the book.
This.
Let me get the book.
Yeah, he started over. Let's start over. We had, it's a brilliant plan by MJF. Jeff Jarrett wrestled my matches. I cheat for him to help him win. I beat the shit out of Jeff Jarrett as soon as he gets that title. It's a brilliant plan.
Someone that was beating the shit out of was Darby was kicked down some stairs by the Death Riders on probably the last episode of the Rampage. How many times is this man gonna get kicked downstairs?
I don't know, but on the phone with Eric, we had the same response. How about you seeing this footage now? Yeah. Somebody, I died laughing.
Then we got another old man Cope, was talking about grit again and how he came back from a lot worse than what Mox can do. Mox makes his way to the ring, but is taken down by FTR, starting a brawl. Cope gets choked out in the ring. They look to bag him again, but Powerhouse comes out, taking his sweet ass time.
Because he's the powerhouse. Oh. Mox is afraid of Hobbs. He backed away or whatever, but I feel like they still had the numbers on him. They could have took him. They could have took these guys. And then Cope in his shirt. He can't wear that shirt. I'm just saying. I'm suing your ass. It says legend, but spelling with Edge is incorrectly. I'm just saying, I don't have a problem with the shirt if your name was still Edge or if you didn't change your name to Cope last week. You need to try to get this Cope thing over, okay? You the one posting pictures with you in the trademark. Like anybody wanted that trademark.
Oh, here comes old man Cope.
Here comes old man Cope. Let's see if he can cope with what's going on in the ring and his aging body. And then this little fool was talking about he's come back from his broken neck and ankle injury and standing up. I can only think of the new day and go, so what?
Yeah. That's what it's supposed to do, bitch.
Yeah, you came back. Edge came back.
And then Tony Storm takes on Chris Statlander and Willow to be the winner being the number 1 seed for the women's casino gauntlet. Why do we need a women's version in this?
Manny, this is a basketball. It is in a box still. Yes, I know.
Wait. Thank you for confirming that there's a basketball.
Yeah, this is a basketball. For those who do not know, I know you guys may confuse this with such soccer balls or footballs or a golf ball, but this is a basketball in a box, Manny. And why do I have this? Because I am doing my Tony Khan impression with Tony Storm. And here we go. I dropped the ball. They have dropped the ball. I don't understand why she came back as Tony Storm. She should be feuding with Mariah May and get revenge. Instead, she has this amnesia storyline, and now she's getting pinned by Statlander and talking about I'm not good enough in the next segment. What are we doing? She wrestled on Rampage. I'm so confused on all of the development of this.
Do you know the weird thing is? I feel like she's gonna get clocked on the head so hard that it's gonna spin her the right way. That's where I think this storyline is going. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but I feel like that's the way this is going. That she's gonna hit on the head and remember everything.
So, Manny, what you're implying is a Stefan Urkel situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we got going on here. I don't understand why she just didn't go straight after Mariah May as Tony Storm, and now you have a blood feud.
You do.
Like, I'm going to kick your ass instead of her debuting, winter vacation or whatever happens. She wrestles on Collision or Rampage or something. We don't really see her for about 2 weeks. She's back, and then she loses.
Yeah. Then we get Kenny Omega. He was talking his talk about finding himself again. He is interrupted by Don Callis. He chases and attacks Don Callis, but then he is jumped by the Don Callis family. And then Will Ospreay makes the save, and then they stare down.
Ooh. Tag teams are brewing, Manny. Tag teams are brewing. No Takeshita this week. I thought he was going to make an appearance and attack one of them, but they're going with Fletcher and Murder Hawk and Brian Cage.
Clearly, Takeshita didn't get on the same plane as Kenny Omega to come back.
Manny, would you? Okay, let's say wrestling, real. We're flying back to America.
Yeah.
You know your enemy has to fly back. Are you going to schedule your flight at a completely different time so you guys don't end up on the same flight? Or are you going to be like, no, I'm going to fly with this motherfucker. He going to have to look at me.
You still protecting kayfabe?
Yeah, I'm protecting kayfabe.
Yeah, then you have to different flights. But Willow was also wrestling in Japan. Willow came back on time. Who else? Who else was wrestling there?
Yeah, they all were. Ricochet,
Claudio,
Young Bucks. I don't know, but I'm just saying. I'm sorry. They came back, Manny. You think they stayed?
They ain't back. They ain't back. According to what I saw on TV, they ain't back.
With that being said, nice. I thought it was a nice ending. Although I think I would have rearranged this whole show in the order. I'm gonna change the order up, just the format. I think I have to have that battle royal first.
Yeah, that battle royal first, but I don't know what you'd put on last. There's nothing that was like outstanding.
I'll still keep Kenny on last. Kenny would be last. Battle royal first. The reason the battle royal is first is because of the rules of the stupid battle royal. These are the people that are competing in there. So was Edge in that line? And it was like, was Bobby going to be in that line? They had matches already. So Bobby was like, nah, I don't want to be in this. Like, it just, I think the battle royal, once you set up that line, that everybody on the roster's in and they're on a lottery ticket, got a problem.
And then that was it. That was Dynamite. I mean, it was all right. It wasn't like terrible, but like I think they need to do a lot more this year in terms of their storylines and keeping fans that aren't just into wrestling, that are into a little bit more of the like story and why are they fighting. Keep them engaged, because I wasn't engaged at all. I know I'm fully sick. I fell asleep on Dynamite like 12 times. 12 is a bit of a stretch, but like I was in and out of sleep.
No, for dramatic stretches, go ahead, Manny. 12 times sounds right.
But I was in and out of sleep, and I was exhausted like when I was watching this.
Damn. I thought Dynamite was there. It just seemed like NXT and WWE had just had more energy to it, just mostly for the people around it and stuff. Yeah. I do think they did make some improvements this week. Just last week, it just seemed like they aborted last week. With you had the Pointer Sisters, and that song was not used this week. No one was excited.
And they just couldn't hide it.
Yeah, Cope kind of was there, but they didn't really lean into him changing his name to Cope anymore. Even though he gave his overcoming the odds speech just like Kenny did, kind of back to back.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah, but then,
like, oh man, I'm gonna go. Kenny's
too.
like, I was dead.
That's kind of like Jeff Jarrett too. This is the thing. Most of Dynamite felt like The Rock, 8 minutes on NXT.
Just people filling time.
Yeah, just there filling time. It was The Rock was so pointless on NXT. He did nothing.
No, he was there. He did something, Manny. What was that rating number you told me earlier? It was 9
about
something.
900.
Yeah, NXT ain't doing that without him. I know it's probably because people are like, that's disappointing. No, that's probably what NXT gets. It's about 400,000 that they normally get, or maybe 5. So he did what he was there to do: draw a number.
No, do you know what he did on NXT? Just proof that the charisma does not fall down the genetics tree.
I don't know. I thought Ava was better this week on NXT than The Rock.
That's because you saw her knees.
Don't make me into some knee freak, Manny. Don't make me into some knee freak.
You saw those.
Yes, those are very attractive NOI knees. But I am no knee freak. I bring them up just as much as I bring up anybody else's knees.
All right, real question. Anoa'i knees.
Yes.
Or barefoot Charlotte's feet.
I'm going with the Anoa'i knees, Manny. I'm sorry. The feet are just weapons, okay?
Yeah, but Marcus,
those Anoa'i knees are statements and have lineage and legacy.
Yeah, they may be of lineage and legacy, but that Ava, when they're attached to Ava, there's nothing behind them. Whereas when barefoot Charlotte's feet is all about checks and championships.
Well, when I see those Anoa'i knees, Manny, I have to go sucky ducky quack quack. Oh, and they go, oh.
We just go through all the Booker's lines because
when
I see Charlotte's feet, I say champagne wishes and caviar dreams.
Hey, all right, yeah. All right, man. And the West, Avery is everything stop the hate. Best knees is Ava. Worst knees, Nikita Lyons. I'm going to disagree. The worst knees are Tegan Knox. They're somewhere out there cricketing.
She's the reason. She's patient one for all these.
Yes.
For all these bad needs that happen.
Yeah, it's allergic knees.
Like look, half of the NXT women's roster are wearing knee braces at this moment in time.
Yeah, they all look like Dax.
They go hard. They go day and night.
Oh shit! No bread, no water, just me.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh,
I can do it with my voice. I can do it.
Oh yes.
Yeah, man.
Someone get this man some dreadlocks and blackface, and we got Booker T on the show. We got the Hall of Reality of Wrestling on the Hall of Fame podcast, or whatever the hell this shit is called.
Just to note, people, we will never, including the audio listeners, ever do blackface on this show.
But we did do 3/4 blackface when I did the painted beard.
Yeah, but that was hair, Marcus. That was hair.
Didn't feel like it.
How long did that take to wash off?
You know what? Actually, surprisingly, seconds. Seconds. It wasn't too bad. So let's talk about the a brief NXT. For those who didn't watch a lot too long, we're going to just cover this in brief. I think overall we enjoyed the show. We have new champions, Julia and Oba.
The only thing that we didn't get new of was North American titles and tag titles, but everything else was new.
Yeah, nice flex of the first hour just being all the women, Shaw's Angels, as this is now becoming NXT.
Yeah, and I think we had it to the point where we got to the round. It wasn't a rounds match; it was a Heritage Cup match. Ren came out, and Ren was the 14th woman on NXT, and I think we were just halfway through the show.
Yeah. It was like, oh damn, this is a flex of like, yeah, we just have our women go out there and just outdo it. And so, and you know what? Honestly, they could have put nobody on the show. The show was going to draw because The Rock was on it. They could have had nothing on the show, and people were going to just tune in anyway.
Looking back at it now, would you have reordered the show, or would you have just had it the women at first hour, the men in the second hour?
I would have did exactly the same way it was. I wouldn't have changed this one. The Miz match, the triple threat match was good, and I thought it should have been the quote-unquote main event of the show. I wouldn't have switched it with Roxanne and Julia, who went about probably, like 10 minutes?
Yeah,
it was really good. It was really good. It was quick, though.
It was good, but it was quick.
It's like The Rock took their 8 minutes away.
Do you know how quick that was? It was like the time Mandy Rose got fired and then lost the match to Roxanne Perez. It was that quick. It was so quick of a title defense that shouldn't really happen on NXT. That's really my only criticism.
I think it was quick due to the... But I still think it was good. It reminded me of Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio SummerSlam. It's a 10-minute match, but it's a really good opener.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of what they went with this. On a second note, not really much progression in storylines. They kind of just tapped the matches. It was very similar to Raw, just where we're just going through matches and showcasing stuff for our new Netflix overlords.
Yeah. To be fair, though, they wrapped a lot of stuff up on this one. I don't know where they go from here, but like NXT, they felt like they were wrapping stuff up. It feels like people may be moving around soon. Yeah, I think people may be moving around soon. So they felt like they were wrapping some storylines up. I don't know if we see Roxanne on NXT again.
I call her up to the main...
Yeah, I think Roxanne lays in limbo till they call her up to the main roster.
I think they're going to call up Roxanne and Cora Jade as a tag team to the main roster first.
Possibly.
I think that works best.
Neither of them can talk, though. That's the problem with them.
Neither can the machine guns, Manny, at this point. They all work. They're all learning. We're all learning here. We're all learning.
Yeah. Obafemi wins the NXT title, which I wish it was just a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like it was what largely
It
a
was.
one-on-one.
It was 90% of 1-on-1. Eddie
Yeah,
came
and
in at the
then
end.
yeah, Eddie came in the end and then basically cost tricked the match essentially. But I'm assuming next week on NXT, we're gonna have Eddie trying to claim he deserves a title match,
Yeah.
and the ruler
The ending is.
destroying him.
I don't understand why the ending of NXT wasn't The Rock just ripping Eddie Thornton. All you had to do was Oba winning, Eddie grabbing the microphone. I didn't get a fair chance. This is bullshit and all that other stuff. And then The Rock running him down, or if he's not allowed to do any physical thing, he can throw some punches or something.
Yeah.
Like that's how I would have ended NXT instead of having him being out there going, "Whoop, blah, 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 blah." I don't know what
Oh,
to
this
do.
man was just rambling. It was bad.
Yeah.
Rambling. It was bad. So that was basically NXT.
It's a fun
Out of
show.
the 3 shows you've watched so far, if you exclude that you were at Raw, and it was just a TV viewing experience, what show would
Yeah.
you say was the best so
NXT.
far? And if you factor in that you were at the show on Monday, what's your best show of the week?
Monday Night Raw. Too much fun.
You're also sick as a dog on Monday Night Raw.
I was sick of the dog going to a fever, but I was having the time of my life. I saw my peoples. Everybody was there. Felt like I was at a happening at an event.
I would say I enjoyed NXT more. I feel like where Raw was a bit more predictable.
Yep.
I feel like NXT was a bit more concise. It was to the point a lot more. You didn't actually know who was winning a lot of these matches, and just variety. You got more variety on the show.
Ooh. Man, remember when I started the show and you said you weren't live and I said I had a point to make?
Yeah.
My point is this. I'm annoyed with AEW and this is why I believe they will never grow as a company if they continue to do bullshit like this. Meaningless title matches. Next week, Will Hobbs at Maximum Carnage is having a title match against John Moxley. We all know Will Hobbs ain't winning this match.
Yep.
And I think having these meaningless title matches only hurts your brand. And let me tell you how meaningless this is. Manny, I did the thumbnail this week. I normally try to, get an AEW photo. And, their site of photos is sketchy. I go through their photos. It is up to date. And I go, oh, we're up to date this time. Look at them. Look at them in a big boy company. They're up to date. Oh, my God. You scroll through those pictures. Manny, and you know what? Maybe I have you do this as an experiment. Go to All Elite Wrestling /photos or whatever. And tell me, up there are like 7 pictures they put up or whatever
Just
it
7.
is. It's like 8, maybe. Tell me what's missing.
Okay, photos.
And you know what? At home, go ahead. Do this experiment yourself. Maybe pause. Do this experiment yourself and tell me what is missing while the Lord looks up.
Will Hobbs winning this battle royal.
Yes. We have everything else going on the show. Every segment has a moment or some type of picture. Will Hobbs isn't there. Even if you go to their YouTube page, Manny, you can check the thumbnails. They go, the Gauntlet Battle Royal highlights. No mentioning of Will Hobbs winning this battle royal.
However, if you click on their website and it says AEW Dynamite results, the thumbnail for that post is Will Hobbs.
No, they changed it. Because when I originally went to that site, because that was going to be my last point, it was Kenny Omega ripping off his shirt or something. So they actually changed. Oh, no. It wasn't even Kenny Omega. It was something else. I think it was Edge.
So wait, so is this the reason you... So there was a meaningless title match in 2024 around this time.
Yeah.
And I believe you got so involved in it.
Oh.
Do you remember early 2024, Seth Rollins was the world heavyweight champion,
Yes.
and suddenly there was an announcement that Seth Rollins would be defending his title against a former world champion, and everyone's mind went
Oh,
wild of who this could be. And when you found out it was Jinder Mahal, you were all for it.
because it was Gender Manny. But that's
Jinder
not.
Mahal,
It's
Jinder
a
Mahal has more
rarity.
chance of winning that title than Will Hobbs has of winning that title too.
Yeah, it is. But you know when the WWE or TNA or whoever out there do title matches, it feel like it's a big deal. The person has a microcosm of a chance to win, but they build it up at least. This is like he won this battle royal, so next week he gets a title match.
Yeah.
It was like and he isn't winning. But if AEW really want to do some shit, let him win.
I just also want
Fuck
to
it
point
up.
out the name next week is Maximum Carnage.
Yes.
If there isn't any inkling of any Maximum Carnage, if it is minimal Carnage, strikeable strikes.
I need to
Strikeable
see the
strikes.
max. Manny, what is your idea of maximum carnage? I would say the city of Los Angeles right now.
Yeah, I got to see explosions and shit. Kenny
Yeah.
Omega's taking on Brian Cage next week. Why am I supposed to care about that match? I know it's Kenny Omega. I miss watching Kenny Omega matches, but he is just like watching Will Ospreay. He does every single move he can.
Yeah, and it's not gonna help Brian Cage, who is an addicted loser at this point.
Brian Cage is hook. Brian Cage is hook on steroids.
Brian Cage, I would give him better than Hook.
Who better?
Hook is just a bad clone of Pete Dunne.
Nah, I couldn't.
Have you seen the
use
movie
that.
Multiplicity, Manny?
Marcus Hook ain't winning.
This is the fifth clone. This is the
Marcus
fifth
Hook
clone
ain't
of
winning
Pete.
22 matches on Raw.
But just upsetting. I just hate these title matches where what's the point? What's the fucking point?
So, that was the show. So my plan was to do a SmackDown watch along tomorrow, but given the state of my voice right now,
You have to do it now.
I can't do this one alone.
Yeah. Sure you can.
No, I can't. I was able to hold it down with my thoughts on Raw. I don't think I'll be able to do it. I don't think I'll be able to do SmackDown by myself.
Man, SmackDown's 3 hours too.
No. I'm gonna die doing that show.
Yeah.
I might leave it. Morning, evening. The people said it on Monday, so I don't need to do it. Marcus, I hope you, Eric, and your families are safe with Kane burning through LA trying to cancel flights.
Yeah, just a update. We're all okay in my family. We're all out the way of the place. But still a lot of people, out there just hang in there. It's just fucked up.
Wes said he'll do the watch along. What I need to tell you is I'm coming back from Pro Wrestling Eve in the first place, so my energy will be at an all-time low if I do a watch along. But I will put if you see a stream up, and don't you dare put one up. Don't you dare put one up without me agreeing to it, Marcus. I will do it.
Well then, Manny. Note to self: put the stream up tomorrow. Call it the death of Manny.
I was laughing to myself in some type of fever dream of the fact that you relaying to me yesterday the fact that I said that I mentioned that I have a problem with Mercedes, and you saying Eric, like, when do you not have?
Bro, yeah.
Correct myself, like, let me rephrase that then. This bitch.
Yes.
I was laughing to myself this afternoon by myself.
Those are the best when you're just insane. You're sick, you're ill, and you're just laughing at some nonsense.
Yeah, so who knows if this voice is going to be back tomorrow or Saturday, but I've been the very deep voice, Lord Manny Hayes, and he has been
The very high pitchy annoying voice of Marcus the Grand Finale, lacking all testosterone and cojones.
and we'll be back. Possibly we'll watch along tomorrow. If not, we'll definitely be back this Saturday. So like the video, subscribe if you haven't. We out. Peace.
Peace. A lot of nipple right there from Hobbs. A lot of nipple.
There is. And then Kenny is like, well, I got a point to prove.
Yeah. Kenny looks like the teacher who's had a rough night out the night before and was like, let's put on a
Sub?
movie.
No, the sub
Yeah,
teacher. No one paying attention to him.
Comes in, beat up, or putting on this movie, leave me alone. You know what? Honestly, if I could do my life over, I would love to be a shitty substitute teacher. Never aspirations to be a real one. Just go in there, hungover, half stoned or some shit. Knowing I've been through some shit, going through a divorce and some shit, you know, all the whole shit. It's just like, living life on the edge as a substitute teacher.
All right, we out this time. Peace. Oh, my voice. I'm gonna throw